This week's drum is what I consider the quintessential modern vintage snare drum. This is a 6.5 by 14. It might be 7 by 14. I haven't measured it, but it's a deep wood drum by George Way, maple, gold top. I'm going to call it a 6.5 by 14. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it in the description. But it's got the old George Way style 4-ply shell with re-rings, sort of rounded over bearing edges, but not completely. So it still has some crispiness. You'll hear this is a really warm, rich, open musical sound that I think blends seamlessly with these vintage 3-ply mahogany maple Slingerland drums, especially with the snares off. The timbre matches perfectly between the snare and the rack tom, so I can get really kind of melodic and have a lot of fun that way. In fact, the groove that one of the grooves I'm playing here is inspired by the Joe Henderson tune Caribbean Jazz Dance. Fire Dance? Fire Dance. I think it's called Caribbean Fire Dance, with the great Joe Chambers on drums. And he plays this sort of Latin jazz thing with the wires off, where there's real melodic kind of interplay between the tom and the snare. So I do that. I'm going to play some, some kind of jazz funk feel. Also, throwback to early jazz Zudi Singleton with a lot of buzz rolls and stuff, so you can really hear how expressive this drum is. So it sounds really warm and rich and open, but also super crisp and articulate, which is why I consider it the ideal modern-made vintage style drum. It doesn't have the boxiness or the wolfiness or lack the sensitivity of some of the old vintage drums, which can be cool, but this is way more all-purpose because of the sensitivity and response. So anyway, let's check out some different beats with it. Again, if you haven't checked out George Way drums, this is a great snare drum that's kind of maybe going under the radar a little bit, affordably priced. This is the gold top maple George Way snare. They come in different finishes, but it's just standard 8-lug, triple flange, or the George Way double flange sort of style hoops. The beer tap throw off, which is really simple and easy to use. I love this. I'm not sure how it would hold up if I was really crushing the drum, but I don't use this drum for that kind of sound anyway. So it's really simple, off and on. The tension adjustments on the other side. Coated Ambassador, clear single ply bottom, super simple, very musical, very rich, very open. This would be my go-to jazz, classic R&B, or if I just need a good wood drum that I think works in the upper mid-range tuning range. It's really sensitive, really articulate, a lot of fun to play, tuned medium high. You can do everything else as well. No muffling. I don't want to mess with the tone of this thing at all. I just love how kind of smooth it sounds, so I leave it unmuffled. So thanks for checking this one out. Please like, share, and subscribe if you don't already. We're going to stay on the jazz tip for the next couple episodes. I'm going to feature some more shallower drums that I use in this style. But for now, let's get back to hearing this George Way maple